Hi, I'm Chad Habel, and I'm a trained facilitator in the LEGO Serious Play method and materials. When I say that to people, they often ask, what is LEGO Serious Play? And the short answer is that it's a method for facilitating workshops, sometimes known as professional development workshops, for a variety of purposes. Things like strategy building, particularly conversations around strategy building, team building, shared vision development, reflection on performance, development into the future, envisioning the future, things like that. So it's particularly well suited when you have a variety of many different people and diverse people in the room, and you really want genuine input from them. So it's great when you've got, say, a CEO and a receptionist in the room, or you've got academics and students in the room together, or employees and employers, senior management and middle managers, and frontline staff in the room, because when people play with Lego, it's a great leveler. So they all work together, and people often come out with things that they would never say verbally in any other kind of workshop facilitation session. The other longer answer about what it is it's really quite hard to explain and hard to describe, and you kind of need to experience it like any play experience. It's a playful learning experience, but a play with purpose. So it's usually very structured by an expert facilitator with a particular purpose and designed to produce particular outcomes. So basically what happens is that you build models and you talk about them. The idea is that the model is a physical manifestation of your mental models about what you're talking about, and you're then able to discuss those mental models and question them and share them with each other and relate them to each other, and then develop and change those mental models into the future. But to give you a bit of an idea of how it works, I'll give you a very brief example of how a LEGO Serious Play session might work. You often work with abstraction and metaphor. So, you'll have a brick that could mean almost anything. And through the process of talking about what it means, you actually come to a meaning making or a sense making. What I'm going to do for you now is something a lot more concrete and a lot more literal, and talk about my own professional identity with the use of Lego minifigures, which is a fairly easy kind of basic way of doing it. So when I started my academic career over 20 years ago, I started as a student and then became a lecturer in English and Cultural Studies at Flinders University. And I was like this guy. I was like a fresh-faced, pretty standard cookie cutter sort of a person who didn't really know where he was going or what he was doing. I was very young. I was kind of naive. I had the red cap on and was really didn't have much of an idea of where I was going, or not much of a career plan at all. And so I was quite happy at university and did okay there, and studied hard and got good marks, and eventually ended up in a PhD, and got some teaching there, and that really started my academic career properly, and got into teaching and learning, and that led me indirectly to where I am now. But there was a time where around the end of my PhD, I didn't really know what I was doing or where I was going. I didn't know. I didn't have a kind of a suit or a kind of a dressing that would fit me, or wasn't clear about my identity at all. So I was a bit more like this guy. Okay. I did have a moustache, actually. The corner to cold costume guy, like a bit random, a little bit weird. I found myself in this dress, in this getup, not really knowing what I was doing or where I was going. I had a shovel in my hand, so I had some tools, and then I had some skills, and I had a place that seemed to value me. But it was a bit of a bizarre fit. It was a little bit weird. It didn't really kind of work for me, but I made the best of it, made the most of it that I could at the time. In the past 10 years or so, my academic career has developed and changed and gone through major changes and all of that. And I've had the great fortune to discover a pathway for myself and a bit more of an idea of who I am. And now I see myself much more like this guy, a pirate. So I've taken on the iconography of pirates and Vikings a little bit, kind of breaking the rules and doing my own thing a little bit, take no prisoners, getting out there, having a go, being adventurous, being exploratory, trying new things, having fun and seeing the value in life and doing things that I really want to do, and having a bit of a vision of where I want to go and wanting to take people with me. And that's all about freedom, play with structure and purpose, having a benefit and getting the riches for the hard work that you've done, but really striking out on my own in a kind of a sense of adventure. And that's really what LEGO Serious Play is for me, and being a trained facilitator in the LEGO Serious Play method is for me, is an opportunity to try something new, try something exciting, try something different, and bring people along with that in that kind of exciting story as well. So that's the kind of thing that happens in a LEGO Serious Play session or a facilitated workshop using LEGO Serious Play. We use models, we build models, we share them, we tell stories about them, we use metaphor, analogy, and abstraction to really give sense to our mental models and our thinking, and share that with other people and kind of make ourselves vulnerable and out there and open. This works really well for companies, businesses, organizations, and teams to bring them together and to really create that sense of a shared vision, which is really necessary for a business to move forward into the kinds of uncertain futures that we're seeing in the world today. Okay, thanks for listening. That's been really great, and I'll see you next time.